Okay, shall we get to our first topic? I feel like we've been really sitting on this one. It's an interesting one.
I'm here for it. And let me bring up how to say this word. Have you guys seen the videos on YouTube with the woman eating a pickle ever so
it's my favorite.
Passionately? And the noises that come from it, and she's whispering to you like this.
And she's tapping her long nails on the microphone.
Yeah, there are just so many things happening. This is called an autonomous sensory meridian response. And the idea is that
ASMR.
It's called ASMR, and it creates this sort of zen-like state for you. If you are one of these individuals who can achieve ASMR, your face starts to tingle, you feel something going down the spine of your back, and you're vibing.
Yes.
And so I wanted you guys to see some of this. I also want us to try it and see how we feel about it.
Is there a reason why? I mean, is it like trending this morning?
It is trending. There's so many things that are trending every day, and this was one of my favorite stories because these videos are addicting, and I'm having a tough time sleeping now.
Really?
Because my schedule is so wonky. Now I'm with you guys at 3 o'clock in the morning, so I have to sleep in the middle of the afternoon. So I want to know if this noise and this noise are calming to you.
Right.
Okay, so
How
let's
do you feel about it?
So here we have the lady eating pickles.
She's warming.
It might sound a little gross.
Some people are really into this.
They love this. This video has millions of views. And there's a woman on there called ASMR Darling. She has 20 million followers.
Wow.
20 million followers on
That's
YouTube.
huge.
And she has the nicest whisper.
Yeah, it's a thing.
You guys have problems sleeping with this video.
So what's the attraction to this? Is this something that people find relaxing?
Yes.
Do they find it arousing? I mean, let's be honest, right?
I don't know.
Right, there are
Isn't
fetishes.
That-
there are people with fetishes out there, and I think
I'm
this
just
is
trying
one
to
of
throw
them.
out, is there a spectrum of what people are going to this person to listen to? Like,
I
what's
think
the
it's a little bit
attraction
of it
to
all.
this?
I don't know what's trending this morning. Like, why? Because she's been around for a hot minute. My cousin and I talk about her all the time because and we'll send each other videos like, "Oh my God, did you see her?" It's for me. It doesn't put me to sleep. It doesn't make my face feel tingly. It doesn't make me feel any other way. I'm just sort of captivated by the idea, and I won't sit there and watch the whole thing. It's just like, there's our girl. She eats pickles for a living. And you know she's making getting mad money because of all of the ad space on YouTube. And it's just, to me,
amazing.
It's like, smart. And if she has that certain thing, and it's the way in which she chews, all of us can chew. It's not rocket science. We can all chew. We can all eat a pickle. But she has this thing down.
It's better than listening to water running and whales and orcas and birds chirping.
But some think it's absolutely disgusting, which I understand
This is true, but do you watch the pimple popping videos?
Watch them, and you know Pimple Popper?
No.
Are you familiar with her?
Dr. Pimple Popper?
Dr. Pimple Popper, she's a woman from California.
I've heard of this. I'm not going to act like I haven't heard of this. I've heard of this for sure.
She is from Upland.
Oh,
She's
really?
from SoCal, in our neck of the woods. Yeah, her office is somewhere down by us. I'm like, oh my God.
So Tony Schaefer is not feeling this noise. He said the noises that she was making in that video are the precise reason why he stopped going to the movies. So the sound of popcorn, slurping drinks, he's like, I cannot take it. And you know what? I feel you in the movies, and I get very self-conscious when I'm watching a movie, chewing my nachos. I'm like, oh my gosh, how many people can hear me chewing? Am I being
It's like
loud?
a cultural thing that's not okay.
Right. Yeah, when I am eating food, or like when I'm choosing to eat food in like a movie theater or in a place where I'm supposed to be quiet, I make conscious decisions on what to eat.
Right.
And one of the things, this is a side issue, whenever you're trying to be quiet is always the moment when whatever you're doing is like 10 times as loud.
Right.
And one of the funny things is, and maybe I'm the only one thinking about this, baby diaper wipes come in this packaging, the plastic wrap around it.
Oh yeah, like makeup wipes.
Yeah, it is so loud. So the baby's sleeping, you're like, okay, I'm gonna change the diaper, keep the baby sleeping, and you get in this thing, it is like a bullhorn going off. They wake up every time, so I'm like, please, can you make this more quiet? But to go back to the original point, it's interesting because people will all hear different things, and in their mind is where the magic happens. Either that really speaks to them, and then it will create all these different emotions and reactions, and for other people it's the same sound, the same frequency bouncing around, it's the exact opposite. They have all these negative emotions or nothing at all.
So basically, it's been around for a long time. Like I said, this woman we've talked. So the headline this morning, the reason why we're talking about this is because now it's saying thousands of people are leaving comments on these YouTube videos, which again, I'm sure they've been doing this for a very long time, but for whatever reason, it's picking up circulation this morning.
Okay.
ASM artists. Now they're artists. I like this. Are being thanked because they're helping people sleep and ease their anxiety. And so then all of the now explainer is, wait, if you don't know, what is ASMR? So we just explained it.
Love it.
Interesting.
There are plenty of other things in the world that are trending, like the newest beauty trend, which isn't that new. It's bone broth. People have it in all sorts of specialty stores, even at the grocery store. But now restaurants are starting to feature bone broth as a coffee or some sort of drink that you have instead of just a soup that you eat.
Which I guess you can drink a soup, right?
It's supposed to be another way to get your protein intake for the day.
Right.
And if you're right after a gym exercise and you don't want to eat eggs or however else you get your protein, this is a light, low-calorie way to do it.
Right. Because what does everyone want? Low-cal, high protein.
Exactly.
And tasty. And bone broth seems to hit all those notes pretty well.
Now, it's made with things that don't seem like they would taste very good,
Right.
like parts of animals that you don't want to be eating, like the bones, the marrow, feet,
of what makes
all
it,
sorts of random things. But here's the best part. This is why it's trending today. It's a beauty secret.
Really?
There's collagen in it, and collagen is what helps us stay together. It's what keeps our skin looking great.
It's what I don't have up here and around here, especially lately. So
I've always told you that you have good skin.
Pour the bone broth on. I'm gonna dunk my face in it and take it
But
down.
what are people doing with it? Making it
They're
into
drinking
soup?
it. They are loving
for
bone
the
broth. They're not
collagen.
smoothing it on their skin. They're literally drinking it every day. Shailene Woodley, do you remember that
Oh, yeah.
actress?
Yeah.
She swears by it. She said it is like the best thing. I think she might have used it.
Yeah,
Expletive in her
she's also the
explanation.
one that was eating clay and all this other stuff that she doesn't really talk about anymore.
Oh.
It's true. And
I
the
don't
oil
recall
pulling,
that.
remember that whole
Oh,
thing?
I remember oil
I
pulling,
totally
yes.
And people don't talk about that either. Here's what's interesting, and I would love, if there's a doctor or a nurse or someone that has a medical background in the comments, I would love to know. Mentally, we say, I need collagen, bone broth has collagen.
Right.
If I have this, then this will happen. Here's my question. If you ingest collagen, does your body absorb it and then put it in the places that it's lacking, or are the two different things disconnected?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because people are making that assumption, but medically, I would
well,
love to
someone
know
like
if that's actually the
I'm
case.
seeing here that Kobe Bryant used to drink bone broth
Yep.
in his heyday to prevent inflammation. And, you know, I'm someone who's a huge advocate of the Lakers and former Laker and Hall of Famer, Mr. Kobe Bryant. I don't think he would, and this is me just assuming. To answer your question, I don't have an answer. I'm not an expert. I haven't heard from an expert.
Right.
But I imagine that someone at that caliber in the athletic world, like a Kobe, would not intake something for specific reasons if there were no added value to it.
Right.
So I'm just basing it off of Kobe's decision. But, you know, again.
I'm going to try
Go
it. There
Lakers.
are two different places we can get it in Sacramento, and so I think I'm going to go.
Well, and someone said, I believe it's actually stock. Stock is the foundation for many of the world's most iconic dishes. We've been eating, drinking, or slurping broth for basically ever. So this trend is just making a resurgence again.
Yes and no, because there are some broths that are vegetable broths or pure chicken broth.
Chicken, yeah.
This is just bone broth.
Bone broth. Okay. Hey, I'm here for it,
You
and
know
I
what, me
will
too.
try it.
And I want to try it out, and I want to know if you would.
Okay, so check this out.
Okay.
My wife, she's got a wonderful family, and so they visit fairly often. And so around the holidays, they're always around. And we had rotisserie chicken for some meal, and she goes, "Hey, don't throw away that because we're gonna make a soup out of that." And I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Because remember, I'm young. I'm not that great of a cook, but I try to be. And she just knew instinctively. So she boiled it with water for a long time, and then strained it out. And then next thing you know, you had this amazing soup and soup stock that you could add into whatever.
Okay.
It was
To give it that
incredible.
broth,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So it's that simple. You basically just boil water with some of these bones, and you can get a ham bone soup. Was another thing she made.
That's wild.
Absolutely incredible. It's not.
Wait, what?
It's not that complicated. That's the thing that I love about that, is that if it is that beneficial,
Right.
you can make it with things that you're going to throw away anyway. So forget if you don't want to buy it third party. I don't know where this came from.
Right.
You can go and get ham, eat the ham, keep the
Take
bone.
the broth.
Yeah, and you can make it yourself. It's not that hard because it's the kind of cooking that I like. Set it and forget it.
Right,
Water,
right.
bone,
Yeah.
go, come back, strain it, done.
And have it for lunch the next day in the
Right.
meeting.
Reggie Cepeda dropped a little funny on us.
Sup,
He said,
Reggie?
think he drank Kobe beef broth.
Oh.
You like it? Kobe bone sweet.
Have you guys had beef or bone broth before? Have you had?
I don't think I
No, but
have.
I had
Not
bone
unless
marrow.
it was in
Oh yeah, that's pretty
something.
good.
I've had-
Osobuco.
Also, buco. Yeah.
So talk to us about how you know this.
Okay, real quick.
I feel like there's a story.
Backstory. When I first interviewed here
gosh.
years ago,
Yeah.
I went out to lunch with the assistant news director at the time, and he took me to Ella.
Oh, yes.
The great restaurant. I was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome because I was brand new to the Sacramento area.
Wow,
Anyway,
they really
That's
wanted
fancy.
you.
and
Right.
he's like, hey man, we're like on the company card. Just order whatever you want right now. Like, come on. So
Yeah.
we ordered like some fancy stuff that I'd never had before. One of which was marrow. And I'm like, what is this, man? Like, I don't really know. And he's like, think of it as like meat butter.
It is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that would be like a cool name for a punk band in the 80s. Meat
Meat
butter.
butter.
Meat butter tonight only. But it was
Or a
it was
nasty
really
Urban
good.
Dictionary.
And now to hear that maybe there's some health benefits, that's pretty good.
I'm here for it.